Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Rajbhat. So today I'm going to again creating few resources on AWS, which are VPC, NAT gateway, subnets, and route tables, and we'll show you how to attach them those resources with each other. So currently I'm on the your VPC console here. So first we will go ahead and create a VPC. So this is not a lengthy task, just 2 3 clicks. So let's name it my VPC, and the IPv4 will remain here. Then we'll give it the CIDR range for IPv4 192.168 slash 0 slash dot 0 dot 0 slash 16, and tenancy will remain default here. Okay, and just click on create VPC. So the VPC has been created now, and if you look into it, this is the CIDR range. It's showing associated DNS resolution is enabled and all this. Now we will go ahead and create subnets. So it is asking us to provide the VPC ID. So we have only one VPC. We will select that VPC, and these are the subnet settings. So subnet 1 of 1. So we can create multiple subnets here. There is option to add a new subnet as much as we want to. So let's call it subnet 1, and availability zone. We will take US East 1A because we are going to create two subnets uh, in this zone with the US East 1A and 1B. That is for the redundancy purpose. Okay. So one subnet is created. Let's give it this CIDR range 168 dot so dot 168 dot 1 dot 0 slash 24 slash 24. Okay, let's add another subnet here. Subnet 2, availability zone. Let's select US East 1B. Give it 192.168.2.0 slash 24. 254 host will be there. Slash 24 is the subnet mask. So we can create another subnet as well, but as of now we will just go with the two subnet. Okay, let's create subnets. Okay, the subnets has been created, subnet 1 and 2. Now if you look into it here, there is a default route table created as soon as we created the VPC. And if you will look into the routes, it is already created, and the route is already added here with the same range as per our VPC. So the VPC and the subnets which are within the range will be able to communicate here. If you will look into the subnet association, you can see here the subnets are associated. Okay, let's go ahead and create internet gateway, and then we will create the NAT gateway. So let's go ahead and create an internet gateway first. Let's call it my IGW1, my internet gateway 1. Okay, create internet gateway. All right, so this is done, and let's create a NAT gateway as well. NAT gateway, my NGW1. Subnet you want associated with. Connectivity type, public or private. You can keep it public, you can keep it private. If private network, it can't reach to internet. If you want to keep it public, then you will have to go for an allocate an elastic IP address as well. So this is done. An IP address has been allocated. So this is public, And let's see the additional. This is optional, so let's go ahead and create it. Create NAT gateway. So this is done. State is pending. Let's refresh it. So this is done. This is done. Now this is our route table. So let's say if we want to add a route, let's click on edit first. If currently only this 192.168.0/0 is added as a route in our route table, which will give us access to this specific range, but not to the internet or not to the net gateway or the internet gateway. So we can add those here. Net gateway is already there. So now try. As of now, we are just giving the full range, means all the IP ranges are allowed, but we can restrict this with a specific IP to whitelist, because that is recommended for the secure with the purpose of security guidelines, so that no other IP will be, or unauthorized IP will be able to access it. We will save the changes. So this net gateway is allowed and added to the routes, and this default CIDR range for the VPC is there. Let's go to route table and routes. Click on edit routes. Add 0 dot slash internet gateway. Now it is there. Okay, so the net gateway has been added, the internet gateway has been added, and the local CIDR IP range is added there to this route table. So if in future if we'll have to create any EC2 instance which will require internet connectivity, and let's say if this needs to be sit on the private network only, then it's there. Although we don't require to, because we already have this added just for the sake. We added this one as well. And further, uh, as per the industry standard, we always used to create private subnet and public subnet separate. So if any instance or resource needs to be seated on public subnet, that will go to the public subnet, and the route tables will be associated accordingly. Similarly, if anything which needs to be sit on private subnet, then it will go to the private subnet and private route table and security group accordingly. So the port and the routes will be defined accordingly. And yeah, so hope my video is helpful to you, and we'll see you in next video. Thank you so much. Please share, subscribe and comment. Bye, take care.